What's up, guys? Esquire Codex. I'm back. I'm playing Luftrausers. Luftrausers. That is the game I'm playing. Give it a shot. It's pretty fun, but it's kind of a short fun. It's good to pick up and play for 10 minutes and just set it back down. It's just quick game to play. Not much to it. You can get different plane parts, plane armor, plane guns to play with, but in the end you get, it's just a quick fun. I'm not too good at it, so there I go. I blew up again. Sorry. I was trying to get some challenges, so that's why some of my gameplay is a little focused. However, books, man. It's been a long time since I made a video, which means a lot of books have been read by I've maybe taken a break on the videos, but not on the reading. I'm back at college now, so that was the reason for the big break. But I'm good to go now, so that means time to talk about books. Yeah, so last video I made, I was still in the process of reading Lame as Raw. I'm done with that now. Feels good to be done with Lame as Raw. So I've read Lame as Raw and War and Peace now. Those are two big monoliths of classic literature. And it just feels good to have read them, to say that I have read them. I mean, it just feel good accomplishment. Lame as Raw, it's a good book. It's a great book. It has tremendous values within it. Great story. I had seen the movie, the 70s movie. I don't think it's that old. Maybe the 90s movie of Lame as Raw, plus the new musical movie. So I knew the story going into it. So I think about half the impact of the story was lost on me as I read the book. I think going into the book fresh without knowing what the story is, it would have been incredible. I think it would have been just incredible. But even knowing the story, I think it's one of the best experiences I've had with a book, knowing the story, because the book gave so much more detail. You felt the emotions of the characters so much more. And plus, the story was deeper. There was more to it than the movie. A 2-hour movie, even the 3-hour musical, it can't cover a 1,500-page book. So, there's lots that you're missing in the movie that you get in the book. My one big complaint, is why I wrote my review, is Jean Valjean. Just him as the main character. By the end of the book, there's something about him that I just didn't like. The first half of the book, he was great. He's just like that perfect man of upstanding character that you can trust to do what is right. And I totally dug him. I was with him, man. But then, somewhere around the middle of the book, something changed. And then, by the end of the book, I just kind of was really fed up with it. And that thing that changed was, not his character. He was still a man of perfect character, always doing right. But it seemed like he knew it. He knew he was a good guy. And he knew he always did right. And it kind of seemed like he thought he was the only one who could do what was best. He thought he was the only one who could do what's right. So he always took things upon his shoulders to do what is right. And after a while, that, I don't know, he just seemed too self-conceited in his righteousness, you could say. And that kind of started rubbing me the wrong way, especially in the end of the book, in the last major plot point, where he almost destroyed a relationship because of his obstinance of doing right and not telling anyone else what is happening, but bearing his own burdens and the burdens of others just because he believes he can do it best. And that, in the end, he almost broke a relationship, and he did end a relationship sooner than it had to be. I just say that without, I'll just say that without spoiling any. Okay, wow, so that's Lame as Raw. I want to move on to something else I read. Fall of Giants by Ken Follett. That was a really good book. I was surprised. As you know, I don't often read modern books, just because there's so much good proven classical literature that I should read that first. There's only so many days in my life that I can read, so I like to read the classics first. But the Fall of Giants, excellent book. In it, and I felt like I learned something from it. Like you could tell Ken Follett was very accurate to the facts of history, and he took the facts of history, and that seemed to be his main goal of the story, and he fit a fictional narrative to that, and he did it really well. It didn't feel forced. There's only a few times, which I'll kind of get into, where the narrative felt forced, but otherwise it felt free-flowing, almost as if he created this whole world it's set during World War One. So he created this whole world where there's this big world war, and he was just telling a story to it, not kind of the other way around, where there's the very real World War One, and he's fitting a story to it. So I thought props to him. I mean, it was really good, and he did it in a way that he got characters from like all sides of the war, intermingled them, told the story from all different angles, and for the most part, he did really well with that. Let's see, I would say my complaints now did feel a little forced at times. One character in particular, Grigory, the Russian side of he was a Russian, so he was showing the Russian side of events, and he took part in the Russian Revolution, played a large part in that. But I don't know, I thought he played too large of a part, and he had too many serendipitous coincidences. I mean, that's kind of doubling up on words there. But he seemed to be in the right place at the right time too many times for one single guy. He, at one time, was the first person to let Lenin know to get out of the city because he's going to be arrested. He was, at another time, the first guy to tell Trotsky something he hadn't thought of, some revolutionary idea that really helped out their cause. At another time, he was just like a leader of this committee, and then a leader of this committee, and each of those committees were the committees that did something superb and wonderful in the revolution. And he just seemed to be at the right place at the right time. Even militarily, he killed this sniper, and everybody loved him. I'm just spewing out examples here, but so Grigory was my big complaint about the book. I loved him as a character, at least for most of it, but he was just in the right place at the right time too many times. But I just want to say, yeah, you pick up Fall of Giants. It's a great book. It's a part of a trilogy. I look forward to reading the next one, Winter of the World, which I didn't think I would do that after reading the first book, like before I had started, but by the end I'm like, want to read it. I have many more books I want to talk about, but not in this video. So, until next time, bye-bye, guys. Esquire Codex, out.